Oh, good morning. Happy Saturday. You guys didn't get to see lane number 20. We just changed out a really slow rake shock absorber. The next thing on our list is going to be lane 4, and the complaint is pin damage. Check this out. You're going to like this. I get a lot of pin damage and we don't know where it's coming from. How about... Yeah, no guard. Oh, there's your answer. Well, I've been trying to dig through some of this just in search of either one of the quality bolt-on repair hanger kits, or one that you tap and drill holes in the frame and tap and put threads in, and I'm not seeing anything. So we're gonna have to give them some part numbers and pump the brakes on lane number 4. So lane 4, it's gonna need guard and bracket, B, K, T. That's how I'm gonna abbreviate it. Moving right along to lane number 5. Random recycle. They say they've already replaced the infrared ball detect out there. So let's start there. But I'm gonna need my jumper for this circuit box. These are not equipped with rear mechanics override on switches. Before we jump into lane number 5, I'm going to take a look at I think it's lane number 31. That one has a part that they're gonna wait a significant amount of time to order because of the cost. And lane number 10 also has been down for a very, very long time. Let me go check either of those lanes and see if they might have one of the bracket repair kits or something that we may be able to transplant onto a good running lane from one that is not. Well, yeah, that's going to be a no-go here on 31. 10 was the same way. So, well, I mean, it was a nice idea, but ultimately not going to work. So let's we'll jump into lane 5. Yeah, lane number 10 is never going back together again. There's just too much has been removed from it for spare parts to go onto other working lanes at this point. Our ball detector adjustment looks pretty good. We can wiggle her around and the lights aren't dipping out. So if it does not appear to be electronical in that regard, I know that's not a real word. We're trying to maintain positive attitude and a good temperament. We're going to look for mechanical things. So we're going to jump out, manager's control, and we're going to look at our cycle linkage. Well, nobody was looking. We did a couple of tests, and one of them is a tappy tap test. So we're going to tap our actuator link. And I want you watch right here. Okay? See how it backed out? It's not supposed to do that. So we're gonna grab a file. We're gonna try and resurface our shoulder here. Well, I have reconsidered my decision. This is not quite the right spring on here, I don't believe. So let's see if we can locate the proper spring and see if that's going to resolve our issue. I don't think that spring has enough tension. So I found one that's approximately 1/4 inch shorter. May have been cut to size for something else. It was sitting in a bin. But that feels a little less loosey-goosey. So let's retest our tappy tap test. Yeah, a little bit. but it doesn't cycle anymore, so that's good. But the fact that it's walking away, we still have to refile that clutch latch shoulder surface. Let's go here. Yeah, we need some tiny files. Sometimes I feel like maybe I am repeating some issues. Like, I know that we've done this in the past, right? But really, we just need to take the wear and tear out of this shoulder, right? Just a little bit, right? We have a downward slope here ever so slightly, right? And so we need it to be flat. So really what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our little square file here and just work it back and forth. We're gonna take this downhill slope, we're gonna make it flush, right? We're gonna take some of this back corner down just a little bit, and everything should be good. I'm not gonna do it all on camera because I don't know, we could be here for like 10-15 minutes. Boy, that took a long time. My Harbor Freight files are getting dull, but yeah, check it out. Tap test now. She's not going anywhere. I think that we also hold on. Let me turn this off. I think that we also need to make a note that we have oil build up on our gearbox clutch a little bit. It's not coming up on camera, but this stuff is oily residue. So we may have a worm shaft leak too, right? We contaminate our clutch facings. This machine can coast past where it's designated to stop and actually cycle that way. We're not seeing that evidence because we're stopping in a somewhat normal-ish position here on the gearbox. So if it were major oil contamination, we'd see that stopping a lot later. That link would be above the crank arm, and it would have trouble stopping where it's designated to stop. But we're not seeing that here, so this may be just auxiliary issues, right? So after cycling this about a dozen times, I don't see any other major issues related to the problem that we were notified about, right? You know, the more you look, the more you're gonna find. Our 2-to-1 oil seals leaking, our worm shaft oil seals leaking. I'll bet you our pair cam shaft oil seals leaking. We're not here for that, right? We're kind of triage, turn and burn mode here. So let's take lane number 5 off of our list here. Random recycle. The next thing on our list is going to be lane number 7. They say the power is staying on when the machine is commanded off. Oh, by the way, someone had asked me a while ago, like, can you edit your videos and break them down into chapters and do specific things with titles? And I don't know how to do that. I'm doing this all on my phone and using my phone to like stitch a bunch of clips together and then post them to the internet for you guys to watch. I don't know how to do that. The best thing I've found so far is a notebook. This notepad serves as a chapter break. We fix a machine, we take it off the list. Then we go to the next one. New chapter. I think it works. So the next thing on our list is going to be lane 7, where the complaint is that the power is staying on when it's not supposed to be. And the good news here is we've got some overhead lights that function. That's nice. We're not on from the rear switch. Are we off from the circuit breaker? Yes. We have no manager's control cable here. We do have a loosey-goosey masking unit plug here. I think we have a stuck motor start relay up on the box on the front side. Why don't we unplug our power and we'll jump around front. So we've got her unplugged, but let's take a look here. They don't appear to be sticking. This looks good. Interesting. Okay. This is our our motor contactors, contact points have become welded shut. Well, that sucks. We have another floating motor contactor. I wonder if they have another motor contactor. Maybe we can swap this out real quick. It's looking a little, ew. Yeah, don't do that. The rest of our connections look decent. However, we have a very gross and corroded connector right here. Well, let's see if they have another contactor. If they do, great. If they don't, maybe we can clean them up a little bit. I don't know, they're looking pretty gross. Well, unfortunately, that is a no-go on the motor contactor spares. What we do have is a little needle file, and perhaps we can file the surface of our contactor. I need two hands, but we're gonna see if we can file it just a little bit and at least get it to function, and hopefully they can get another contactor ordered and we'll swap this guy out. So we're on and we're off, and we're on and we're off, and we're on and we're off. We're good for now. Hopefully that buys us some time. We can get a motor contactor. So that's gonna do it for now, but it's gonna be need contactor. Yeah, lane 7 okay for now, but needs contactor. Lane number 9 is next. So let's take a peek here. We're on lane number 9 and the double loaded moving deck. Can you see our blocking fingers right in that opening? They're both up. Yeah. They're both up with a full deck of pins, right? One of those is supposed to be down. So let's see if we can. Yeah. Our turret long link is pulled rearward, but our blocking finger is not down. So we need to go to 270. We're going to pop our bottom turret cover off. So if you don't know, you're about to find out how to stop the machine at 270 very easily. Power on. Second ball's already selected. Cycle the machine. And at 180 degrees, latch your clutch latch. Boom. Stopped at 270. So we've got our machine stopped at 270, and I took the bottom cover off. This plate on the turret long link it needs to be on the front side of that blocking finger. It looks like it's worn down, or it's shifted, or something. Let's see if we can correct that. And yeah, there you go. I wonder if we've got a little bit of a bend in here too. Let's see if we can maybe straighten this out a little bit and bring this plate a little further over towards us to make sure that doesn't pop out again. The other option might be bending the bottom half of your blocking finger towards the long link. That might work too. Two different ways to achieve the same thing. So why don't we try gently bending our blocking finger lever and see if that's going to work. maybe vice grips on the bottom of it. Yeah, I didn't think about how I'm gonna lever against anything. What about long link moving over? No, that's not gonna work. I don't know, that's pretty close. Not sure I trust that. So in my haste, I failed to really recognize that this one has a broken shaft, and the whole shaft is wandering around a little bit. So our whole blocking finger is allowed to move too far. Yeah, our shaft is gone. There should be a roll pin that locks that in place, and it's gone. So maybe what we can do, let me see if I can find a good spot for some light. Maybe on the rear side here. And you see, you can't see anything. Hold on. On that rear side of the shaft against that frame, maybe we put like a hose clamp or something in there, right? And try to lock that shaft in place. What was that song? Time to do some sketchy shit, sketchy shit, sketchy shit. Yeah, we've done some sketchy shit, but you know what? It's gonna work, right? These guys are not wanting to spend a whole lot of money right now. Let's put it that way. You know, and in some cases like this, if we can give them a $0 repair cost, they really like that. So the good news is there's no way that those are ever gonna fall past each other. It's never gonna shift out of place again. So yeah, we're good. It's not great, it's not awesome, but it is a working solution. So let's watch that blocking finger now. Yeah, lowered. Good. We're done here. So we can take lane number 9 off our list. We'll have to compile some part numbers and forward those off to the people who need them. All right, they've got the part numbers. We've got notes. We're done. We're headed out. Time to go home.